I have come to realize that nothing meaningful in life happens without courage. Nothing. Nelson Mandela once said that true passion cannot be found in playing small or in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Think about that for a moment. Throughout your journey, whether in school, choosing a major, applying for college, or trying to decide what direction your life should take, you have probably heard the same advice over and over again. Make sure you have something to fall back on. But I never truly understood that idea. If I'm going to fall, I do not want to fall backward onto something safe. I want to fall forward. At least that way, I can see what I am about to hit. At least that way, I am moving somewhere. Without commitment and consistency, nothing gets completed. So chase what excites you. Do what moves you. Take chances. And do not be afraid of failure. There was once a puzzle involving 9 dots arranged in a square. The challenge was to connect them using 5 straight lines without lifting the pencil. The only solution required going beyond the imaginary boundary created by the dots. In other words, you had to step outside the box. That lesson applies to life as well. Dare to think differently. Dare to fail boldly. Dare to dream on a grand scale. But understand this: dreams without structure, without action, without goals are simply wishes floating in the air. Reggie Jackson struck out over 2,600 times in his baseball career, more than anyone else in history. Yet that is not what people remember. They remember the home runs. Thomas Edison reportedly conducted 1,000 unsuccessful attempts before inventing the light bulb. Most people never mention those failed trials. They remember the breakthrough. Every setback, every failed attempt, every disappointment can move you one step closer to success if you allow it to. You must be willing to risk something. I know that advice is common, but let me explain why it matters. At some point in your life, you will fail. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will be terrible at something. That is guaranteed. And I understand that this may not sound like the kind of message you expect at a graduation ceremony, but I am telling you to embrace it, because failure is not optional, it is inevitable. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical that I believed was perfect for me, except for one small problem. I could not sing. I did not get the part, but I did not retreat. I did not look for something safe to lean on. I prepared for the next opportunity and the next and the next. I prayed. I worked. I failed repeatedly, but I stayed in the game. There is an old saying: if you stay long enough in a barber shop, eventually you will get a haircut. If you persist, your break will come. Years later, I returned to that same theater where I had once failed and performed in a successful production. 3 decades after that rejection, I stood on the very stage where I had once been turned away. The point is simple. Everyone here has talent. Everyone here has training. But do you have the courage to fail? Because if you are not failing, you are not stretching yourself. If you are not stumbling, you are not striving for something greater. To obtain what you have never had, you must attempt what you have never done. Picture this. Imagine you are nearing the end of your life, lying in bed, and surrounding you are the spirits of your unused potential, the ideas you never acted on, the talents you never developed, the dreams you never pursued. They are disappointed, perhaps even angry. They came to you because you had the ability to bring them into reality, but you never did. Now they must fade away with you. The question is, how many unrealized possibilities will be standing at your bedside? The world needs your contribution. I recently visited South Africa. It is breathtakingly beautiful, but parts of it struggle with deep poverty. And that is not an isolated situation. Many places across the globe need compassion, leadership, innovation, and service. Communities everywhere, large cities and small towns alike, need your energy and your ideas. The world requires something from you. Those of us who are older are passing the responsibility forward. We need you to step up. And it is not about how much you possess. It is about what you do with what you have. Some of you will enter business, some into medicine, ministry, education, sociology, art, or science. Some of you have financial resources, some have patience, some have empathy, some have resilience, some have deep faith. Whatever your gift may be, the question remains, what will you do with it? Let me share something personal. Life rarely follows a straight line. I began college as a pre-med student. I enrolled in a class with a name I could barely pronounce, let alone understand. I failed miserably. I changed direction to pre-law, then journalism. With no clear focus, my grades dropped drastically. Eventually, the university suggested I take time off. At 20 years old, I felt lost and defeated. Then, one day, while helping my mother at her beauty shop, something unexpected happened. An elderly woman who was well respected in the community kept watching me through the mirror. Finally, she removed the hairdryer from her head and told me she had a spiritual message. She said that one day I would travel the world and speak to millions of people. At that time, I could not imagine such a future, but over the years, I have indeed traveled widely and addressed audiences I once could not see. Through film and storytelling, I have connected with millions of lives. What encourages me most today is seeing the courage and openness in young people. Risk is not only about pursuing a job, it is about acknowledging what you know and what you do not know. It is about staying open to new ideas and new relationships. It is about faith. The risks you take, the love you offer, the courage you show, these elements will shape your identity. Do not be discouraged. Do not shrink yourself. Give everything you have, your time, your skills, your effort, your compassion. And when you inevitably fall, remember this: do not fall backward into safety. Fall forward into growth. Because forward movement, even through failure, is still progress.